Starting lineups getting set to be introduced on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week tonight as we welcome you back into East Mecklenburg High School for our TD Bank tip-off as the starting lineups get introduced. We showed you the conference standings. Independence at 17-4 on the year. Preston Davis, what a job he does with this Patriots ball club, and got him as one of the top teams in the state as far as the 4A West rankings right now. Of course, East Meck, as we mentioned, comes in overall in the year 13-8, 5-4, and they have battled some injuries this year, including head coach Jason Buzzard's son, Jordan Buzzard, who goes 6'9", has been battling an injury going back before Christmas. So a little bit shorthanded have the Eagles been, and still 13 wins on the year. This shows you that this is a club that has really had some guys step up and make a big impact and a big difference in the absence of Jordan Buzzard, who will not be able to dress tonight for the East Meck Eagles. You see him right there standing beside his father, the head coach Jordan Buzzard, who is in year number 4 at the helm, year number 6 as the head coach for East Meck and the Eagles as their starting lineups get introduced right now. A couple players we want to pay attention to for both of these squads. Macharia, the sophomore, at 10.5 points per game for Independence. And you go down, you look at East Meck. Amari Hicks, the senior's really gotten it done. 17 points per ball game this year for East Mecklenburg, as they round out the starting five as Hicks goes over to shake the other team's hand before we get ready for tip-off here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Kendall Lewis here with you. Glad you're tuned in from wherever you may be. Game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. East Meck going to be in the home whites with the navy blue trim and navy blue letters and numbers. Independence in their black unis, gold trim, green letters, and green numbers tonight as we get set for tip-off. Macharia will jump it up against James McIver of East Mecklenburg. And here we go. Second of 2 regular season meetings between the Eagles and the Patriots, and we're underway. Independence wins the tap, and they quickly get it to Daniel Warate, a guy that was a key contributor last year. Now at the top, Caleb Jasper. Preston Davis and his Patriots returned quite a bit off of a playoff team a year ago, but an offensive foul 17 seconds in will give it to East Meck here at the 7:43 mark. Little full court pressure to start by the Patriots. East Meck struggling to get it in, and they find Nixon Wright, who will control the rock and bring it up for the Eagles. Wright trying to take it coast to coast, had it turned back, rejected by Daniel Warate. And the Patriots try to strike first here. 32 seconds into the first quarter. Warate surveys the floor. Floats it back out top, Nick Barnes. Mention a wealth of different scores for the Patriots this year. It's 17 wins already. Going to work inside and drawing the contact is Lucemo Macharia. And he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Patriots. And Macharia, 10.5 points per game. 7 rebounds a contest for Preston Davis's crew as he cashes in on the first free throw. This is a kid that is a load. He is a 6'6" sophomore, folks. This is a kid you're going to see at the next level. His recruiting already starting to gain some traction. And he cashes in on both free throws. 2-0 start. Independence gets on the board first. Vance Johnson in as well for East Meck. trying to work it inside as McIver had it turned back by Macharia. And they'll work it back out front. Vance Johnson, a senior, surveys the floor, trying to attack. Johnson on the step back three, just off the mark, and rebound pulled in by Jackson Neely of Independence. Shot fake for Barnes. He'll pull up, long two. Missed everything that time. An offensive rebound from Macharia. Back out, Jasper. And it's wide left on the three ball. Rebound Patriots. Here comes Johnson. Vance Johnson, so elusive, so quick. Drops it off along the baseline. And McIver's foot was out of bounds. It'll turn it back over to the Patriots. Not even 2 minutes in. 2-0 start. The 2 points for the Patriots came at the free throw line. As Jasper goes to work, he'll try one from deep. And missed everything. Johnson lost the handle. Picked up momentarily by Ian Ramirez-Toro. Ramirez-Toro surveys the floor. Hicks. Long on the three, and McIver's foot was on the baseline, so it'll go back to Independence here with 5:38 left to play, first quarter. Now you get a great shot by our camera crew, our production crew bringing you these angles here tonight. It is standing room only in a gym that seats about 500 or 600, 75 years old, this gym. There have been a lot of championships won in this building. A lot of big-time games. When you think of those East Meck teams back in the 90s and early 2000s. Here's the drive and kick. Back out top, Jasper floats it. Warate wants the baseline. Warate gets it to go through contact. Strong take as he muscles it up for two. Ramirez-Toro looking inside. We got contact and bodies hitting the deck, and an offensive foul is called on Nixon Wright. Team foul number 1 on the Eagles here with 4:53 to go in the first quarter. It is senior night for East Meck, trying to play spoiler and shake the conference up a little bit. Patriots at the top of the league right now at 8-1. Toss back, Neely. He'll try it from deep. It's long. McIver the rebounds. Johnson surveys. Ramirez-Toro from three. Can't get it to drop. And tapped around. This one falls right into the hands of Jasper. He'll push it. Jasper trying to change hands. Missed the bunny. Ramirez-Toro bringing up the floor for the Eagles. Ramirez-Toro picks up his dribble. Back out front, Hicks. Maury Hicks wants the baseline. Oh, the step back J. Smooth as silk. And that's why Amari Hicks, who's heading to play college basketball at Milligan University next year, is a 17-point scorer per game for the Eagles of East Meck. Drive and kick, open three, good. Jackson Neely from downtown. 7-2 start for the Patriots. Just over 3.5 minutes coming up on a media timeout at the next dead ball. Vance Johnson sealed off trying to drive. He gives way to Nixon Wright, 6'4 sophomore. Wright attacking, Wright, bucket and a foul. And a chance at three for the sophomore. And it'll take us to a media timeout. Nixon Wright will have a chance at three when we return on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
I am Bruno Hinojosa and I live in Asheville. I work in construction and I just enrolled in NC Medicaid. I went to their website, applied, and got covered. Doctor visits, yearly checkups, and even emergency care if I need it. Being a business owner can be stressful at times, but knowing that I got covered, it just takes weight off my shoulders. And I can get the care that I need when I need it at low or no cost. And it's one less thing I need to worry about now.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
At TD Bank, we see millions of transactions, but it's the humans behind them that matter most. It's why we're leaders, with guidance and solutions that put people at the center. That's how every TD employee helps make our bank the greet you and your dog by your name, open longer when you need us kind of place. Because believing people matter most is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
Chance at 3 for Nixon Wright of East Meck, who had the and one right before the media timeout. And this to trim it back to 2. Sweet finish in the lane that took us to the media timeout here with 3:17 left to play in the first quarter. Low scoring. It took both of these teams a little bit to get going, but tell you what, the last 2 minutes starting to settle in as Wright can't complete the three-point play. And the Patriots will try to build on their three-point lead here. Just over 3 minutes left to play. And Caleb Jasper surveys the floor. Independence has found a way to win close games this year. 17-4 on the year. And a lot of single-digit wins. As this one won't drop for Neely, but he was fouled. Jackson Neely will have a chance and a pair of free throws for Independence. Jackson Neely, a big bucket going back a couple of minutes before the timeout. And can't get the roll in the first. It rattles off. Jackson Neely, only a junior. You think about both of these teams, they've got a lot of talent that are going to return next year. I think this is going to be a fun series next year in the Southwestern 4A with some of the younger talent we see on the floor tonight. 8-4. 2:53 left to go in the first quarter. Ian Ramirez-Toro gives way. Deep three contested off the side of the rim, but a big offensive rebound by McIver. And he goes back up strong and draws the foul. Well, Jason Buzzard loves the hustle play from James McIver, the 6'3 senior who was honored on the senior night festivities right before this one began. A couple of free throws coming from McIver of East Meck. And gets the soft bounce. That's a members bounce, folks. And it drops through. McIver just over 7.5 points per game, but he's big on the glass. Over 5 rebounds a game for East Meck. Extra pass, open look from 3 that time off the back of the rim from Huarte. Long rebound, Nixon Wright pushing. Drops it off inside, bucket and the foul. James McIver. That'll get the crowd going. And this to tie it up at 8 apiece. And a chance at a three-point play. Here with 2:28 remaining in the first quarter. Just settling in, but it is packed wall to wall in here. And we are tied at 8-all. East Meck had a small lead at 3-2. We've had a couple of lead changes. Independence has led for the majority of the first quarter. Jasper works it over the corner. Jasper looked at the 3. He'll kick it. Slicing baseline. That one deflected. Goes right into the hands of McIver and a takeaway for the Eagles. Ramirez-Toro slashing. Pulling up. Left the floater short. And lead feed too tall for Aiden Davis and out of bounds. And a turnover that will give it back to East Meck with 1:49 remaining in the first quarter. Little full court pressure from the Patriots. And a hold on Nick Barnes. And that is going to be the 5th team foul on Independence. So this is going to be free throws for East Meck. And Amari Hicks will be at the free throw line to shoot them and to give the Eagles back the lead here with 1:49 to go, first quarter. And first one's up and good. Smooth stroke for Amari Hicks, who's heading to play at Milligan University next year, his college basketball. Second one up and good. Eagles with a 2-point lead, 10-8, 1:49 to go, first quarter. Mentioned Independence has had the lead for the majority of the first quarter. McFarland surveys, works against this East Meck zone. And Jackson Neely banks it off the glass and in. We're tied at 10. Jackson Neely with a big first quarter. He's got half of the Independence points. 1:20 to go, first quarter. Ian Ramirez-Toro calls a play, 1:09 to go, first quarter. Ramirez-Toro swatted out of bounds. It'll stay right here on this end with East Meck, baseline out of bounds. Just over a minute to go, first quarter. And an offensive foul away from the basketball will give it back to Independence with 1:03. Good ball movement. Neely can't get the short J to go. Rebound Eagles. Lead feed up the floor from McIver. Offensive foul. And I believe that's going to be McIver's second. And Jason Buzzard's got to go to his bench here. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Wow. We mentioned a shorthanded East Meck team with no Jordan Buzzard, coach's son, who's been out with a back injury. He goes 6'9". It was a big blow for Coach Buzzard and East Meck, but they have found a way to get it done in his absence in some tight games this year. Wild shot, tapped around. This goes right into the hands of Nixon Wright. Wright with 7 seconds. Wright double clutching, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Neely. The heave, good if it goes. And the first quarter comes to a close. We're tied at 10 apiece on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these messages. Tied at 10 apiece as we come back to you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Kendall Lewis here with you. East Meck and Independence in the Southwestern 4A Conference tonight. Second of 2 regular season meetings, and it was back and forth in the first quarter. And how about Nixon Wright getting things going to start the second quarter? Boy, Nixon Wright having a big first half, and interesting storylines as we saw McIver had to take a seat with 36 seconds and 2 fouls, and a big 3 to answer by the Patriots. Both teams trading buckets now. Active hands, a steal. Jackson Neely attacking, and they want goaltending. They got the whistle and the foul. Are they going to score the bucket or not is the question. They're going to score it. You had the foul, and then the ball was on the glass first before the Eagles touched it, so a chance at 3 for Jackson Neely here. Big, interesting turn of events and swing of things here. And Neely completes the 3-point play. 16-12, 45 seconds into the second quarter of play. Vance Johnson surveys. Nixon Wright pulls up on the jumper, smooth. Cash money, Nixon Wright. And the sophomore at 6'4", 185, feeling it. Catch and shoot, corner 3. Aiden Davis knocks it down, and then a technical foul issued. Oh, check that. It looks like a timeout. A 30-second timeout issued. Boy, Davis had something to say to the East Meck side of things after he hit that 3. And we'll keep it right here with 6:54 left to play. Folks, I want to remind you, next Friday night, we will have Monroe and Forest Hills. Starting at 6 o'clock, we'll have the women's game, and then the men to follow at approximately 7:30. You can scan that barcode right there to watch live on BahakelSports.com. Of course, we're on YouTube, Facebook, and X social media platform streaming live as well. So plenty of ways to watch Bahakel Sports. And tonight we're at East Mecklenburg High School. First time we've ever brought our crew to East Meck. And this plays standing room only for senior night. Big thanks to TD Bank, our sponsor of this one tonight. 5-point lead for the Patriots of Independence. 6:34 remaining in the second quarter. Hicks the takeaway. Johnson slicing. Caldwell works it back out top, and Vance Johnson gets it to Amari Hicks. Been a little bit quiet in the first half. He's the leading scorer, and a dangerous pass stolen away. Up the floor comes Jasper. Extra pass to Barnes, who lays it in. And now the Patriots have their largest lead of the game at 7, 21-14. With 6 minutes left to play. Step back 3, Vance Johnson the answer. Just what the Eagles needed, and they trim it back to 4. Pay attention to number 2 in black, Aiden Davis. He hit that big 3 back before the 30-second timeout. Macharia trying to go to work and draws the foul. He'll make his second trip to the free throw line for the Patriots. Well, this guy, as we mentioned, leading Independence in scoring along with Jackson Neely. They're 2 10.5 points per game scorers. And Macharia manufactures a ton of points at the free throw line. Now, this is a kid that, as we mentioned, goes 6'6", only a 10th grader. And I don't think he's done growing. You look at his body frame, he's got some growing to do, a kid that you could see the college level the next few years. And Macharia, smooth stroke on both free throws. Extends the lead to 6. Here with 5:32 to go, second quarter. Vance Johnson wants the step back three. Spins out. Well, this place was ready to erupt had that one dropped. Caleb Jasper brings it up the floor for Independence. Pull up Jay, and the rim soft. He gets the bounce, and the Patriots lead at 25-17. Nice pass underneath. McIver creating space and finishing. Jasper, quick crossover. And slicing in, he draws the foul. And that's going to be team foul number 3 on East Meck. Just one left to give and still 4:54 left in the half. Let me tell you what, foul trouble is something to pay attention to. We mentioned McIver had to leave the game 36 seconds on the offensive foul in the first quarter. Jasper knocks down the first free throw. Caleb Jasper, almost 5 assists per game. This is the facilitator for the Patriots. And he makes them both, 27-19. Caldwell attacking. Caldwell trying to circus shot at home. Got knocked to the floor, no whistle. And officials say play on. Jasper, the skip, all the way across court to Nick Barnes. Neely surveys, trying to get in the lane, kicks it back out. Less than 4.5 to play now on the timer here in the second quarter. Jasper trying to drive in, he traveled. Turnover back to East Meck. Here with 4:20 left to go in the first half. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Two really good coaches in Jason Buzzard and Preston Davis, a guy that, Coach Davis, that won a state championship back in his time as a player and as a coach. McIver had it swatted away. Numbers for the Patriots. Barnes attacking and laying it off glass. And all of a sudden the lead has blossomed to 10 here for Independence. Mari Hicks trying to create a little space. Nixon Wright from the left side. Wright trying to back his way in. Wright wrapped up. There's a jump ball called, and possession arrow is going to give it back to Independence. 3:37 left to play in the second quarter. We'll take a break here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
NC Medicaid is for people just like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Child care teachers.
Full healthcare coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
Get full healthcare coverage at low cost, no monthly fees, and $4 max copays. NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
At TD Bank, we see millions of transactions, but it's the humans behind them that matter most. It's why we're leaders, with guidance and solutions that put people at the center. That's how every TD employee helps make our bank the greet you and your dog by your name, open longer when you need us kind of place. Because believing people matter most is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
29-19, 10-point lead for Independence as we approach the latter half of the second quarter. 3:37 left to play in the first half. Kendall Lewis here with you on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, presented by TD Bank. This has been an interesting first half, and East Meck really needs a stop and a bucket here late in the first half to get the momentum back on their side. And this one picked clean, taken away. Nixon Wright gets knocked to the floor. First team foul on Independence here in the second quarter. And they're going to give the foul to Daniel Warate. It looks like it'll be his first. It will be a sideline out of bounds for East Meck here with 3:12 left to play in the second quarter. We mentioned it for Independence, one team foul, 3 team fouls for East Meck. You got James McIver, it's got to be careful. He picked up an offensive foul late in the first quarter with 36 seconds to go. He's on the floor right now for East Meck. Hicks off a curl, knocks the three down. They're waving the shot off. There was a whistle before the shot. Will be the second team foul on Independence. And East Meck will have it baseline out of bounds. Need to readjust the score clock here. It's 29-19. They had 30 up. All of a sudden they stop to look at the table for a moment. 3 ball off the mark for Hicks. Amari Hicks, a little bit quiet the first half. He's the 17-point scorer for East Meck. Neely had the pocket picked. Quick hands by Johnson. Johnson coast to coast, but Independence touched it last. It went off the fingertips of Wisdom Whipper Daniel. And it's going to stay on this end with the Eagles. Ian Ramirez-Toro will trigger it in, goes over the top, inbound to Nixon Wright. Ramirez-Toro sizing up Jackson Neely, had it poked away momentarily, got it back. And this one off the fingertips of Johnson and out of bounds. It'll go back to the Patriots of Independence. Caleb Jasper controls the rock now for the Patriots. Really good facilitator. And slicing the baseline and going up and drawing the foul that time is Daniel Warate. He'll head to the free throw line for Independence. Now Warate, a guy that brings some size and some length at 6'5" for the Patriots, with Macharia on the bench right now, who's Independence's leading scorer. Trying to go 1 of 2 at the stripe here. Just over 2 minutes left to go. And rattles in the second one. Well, that extends the Patriots' lead to 11 here with just over 2 minutes left to go, second quarter. Ian Ramirez-Toro calls a play from between the circles for East Meck. Mari Hicks Into the paint. Higgs can't get the floater to go. It pops out. Jasper, little stutter step, kicks it. Davis, he can shoot it. Missed everything that time. Just a rare miss from Aiden Davis from the corner, who's hit one earlier from there. Johnson wants the baseline sealed off. Back out top to Higgs, and he pushed off. Offensive foul. This is going to go back to the Patriots. Wow. And that's a 15th foul on East Meck now with just less than 90 seconds to go in the first half. Dylan McFarland in the game once again for the Patriots. Jackson Neely spins. He's called for an offensive foul. And this is going to go back to the Eagles with 1:10 left on the game clock. Once again, folks, tonight's game presented by TD Bank. That's America's most convenient bank. Be sure to visit one of their stores in the Charlotte area off North Sheridan Amity Road. Higgs drive and kick. Johnson sets his feet from three. Missed everything. Ramirez Toro saved it back in. They say he stepped out of bounds with 49 seconds left. It'll be Independence basketball and a quick substitution. Carter Lee will check in for the Patriots. A little extended token pressure here by East Meck. And Dylan McFarland works it across the timeline, and then we've got a whistle and a foul that comes in on Independence off the ball. And it looks like it goes against Aiden Davis. Preston Davis isn't happy about it, and he's letting the officials know. Big possession right here for the Eagles. Johnson slithers into the lane, pulls up, and swirls it home. Little stop and pop for Vance Johnson, and deficit back down to 9, 30-21. Oh, quick first step, but a bump and a foul. Out top as McFarland got to the rack. And Dylan McFarland will head to the line because remember, East Meck over the limit here for the rest of the way. 21 and a half seconds left. And McFarland can't make on the first. That's a big miss. Dylan McFarland, a 78% free throw shooter on the season. Rattles out the second one. And then there's a whistle and a foul. That's the fifth on the Patriots, trying to corral the rebound, which will send Nixon Wright to the free throw line on the other end. Big swing of things here if Wright can cash in. Could possibly trim this back down to 7 as he leaves the first one short. Well, East Meck's left some points at the free throw line here in the first half. Second free throw for Nixon Wright, and it's up and good. 8-point game with 20 seconds left. .2 ticks remaining. Caleb Jasper controls the rock. Independence play for the final shot here. They've led by as many as 12 in this first half. Jasper, the crossover. Jasper pulls up just off the mark. Tapped around, and the first half comes to a close. 30-22 on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Independence leads it. We'll be right back with our TD Bank halftime report after these messages. Folks, I want to remind you tonight's game is brought to you by 988lifeline.org. You can call, text, or chat 24/7. That's 988lifeline.org. Let's get through it together. And also, tonight's game presented by TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. Be sure to visit one of their stores in the Charlotte area on North Sharon Amity Road to learn more about the services they provide. Open early and late to fit your schedule. That's how banking with TD Bank can be unexpectedly human. We've got a 30-22 halftime score. Independence leading East Meck on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We'll be right back with the second half coming up after these messages. We welcome you back as we get set to begin the second half of play on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week presented by TD Bank. 30-22, Independence with an 8-point lead over the East Meck Eagles here in the second of two regular season meetings between these two squads. I tell you what, it was a fun-filled first half. We saw Independence kind of balloon that lead out late in the second quarter, all the way up to 11 at one point, and it ends up being 8 here as we start the third quarter. Again, East Meck, James McIver got in a little bit of foul trouble late in the first quarter. Then you had Amari Hicks. He finally started to settle in the second quarter. They got to get him going early and often here in this second half, and we'll see if the Eagles can get things started here early in the third quarter with the basketball first as we begin play. Second half action. Here's Amari Hicks at the top. Hicks looking for the step back. Hicks pulls up and knocks it down. Right on cue, Amari Hicks with the jumper, and a 6-point game with 7:32 just getting started in the third quarter. Appreciate you tuning in from wherever you may be tonight. Jackson Neely trying to drive in. Hicks reaches in and ties him up. And it'll be a baseline out of bounds for Independence and the Patriots upcoming here with 7:22 to play, third quarter. Caleb Jasper will trigger it in for the Patriots of Independence. Jasper looking inside. Macharia, he got in a little foul trouble as well. 6'6" sophomore, number 1 in black. Here's the kick out, deep three, no. And Nixon Wright climbing the ladder for the rebound. Nixon Wright brings it up the floor. Wright just bullies his way to the rack and gets it to go. Back-to-back buckets for the Eagles to start the third quarter, and it's a 4-point game. Macharia calling for it. Little give and go. Oh, right back to Jackson Neely with the lay-in. Just an acrobatic finish off glass for Jackson Neely. Step back three. Johnson rattles it in from deep. All of a sudden, things are clicking for East Meck as we get started here early in the third. Just a Friday night, the Southwestern 4A Conference. This league, one of those conferences, teams have just beat up on each other all year. Nearly stolen away. Warate gets it back, trying to feed Macharia inside. Macharia repost. Jasper can't get it to him. Driving kick, open three. Barnes from deep. Connects for three. And the lead back up to 6 for the Patriots. Ian Ramirez-Toro barking orders between the circles. Vance Johnson, who just hit that step back just a moment ago, being pressured by Jasper. Ramirez-Toro looked at the three, puts it on the deck. He'll toss back. Nixon Wright. Boy, both these teams getting after it defensively tonight. Maury Hicks sizing up Nick Barnes. Ian Ramirez-Toro crosses over at the top, trying to kiss it off the glass, no. And Barnes pulls in the rebounds. Daniel Warate trying to push. Jasper attacking and finishing. Vance Johnson trying to spin down the alley, had it poked free. Picked back up by the Eagles. Nixon Wright blocked by Macharia. Daniel Warate gives back to Jasper at the top. Jasper driving in, he draws the foul. First team foul of the third quarter, and it comes on East Meck. And Caleb Jasper will go to the free throw line, a 78% free throw shooter for the Patriots. Could possibly get this back to double digits as he strokes the first one up and through. With Caleb Jasper, as we mentioned, is a really good facilitator for Independence. He's a part of this senior class with Carter Lee and Aiden Davis. Misses the second. Macharia the offensive board. Macharia back up and in. Little 2-for-1 special for Lucemo Macharia. Amari Hicks launches from three. Tapped around, McIver the rebound. Bounces it out. Johnson wanted it from three. Ramirez-Toro, he'll try it and connects. East Meck just won't go away. Every time Independence gets that double-digit lead, the Eagles able to answer. And this will take us to a media timeout, 40-32. We got a good one tonight in Charlotte.
I am Bruno Hinojosa and I live in Asheville. I work in construction and I just enrolled in NC Medicaid. I went to their website, applied, and got covered. Doctor visits, yearly checkups, and even emergency care if I need it. Being a business owner can be stressful at times, but knowing that I got covered, it just takes weight off my shoulders. And I can get the care that I need when I need it at low or no cost. And it's one less thing I need to worry about now.
NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
At TD Bank, we see millions of transactions, but it's the humans behind them that matter most. It's why we're leaders, with guidance and solutions that put people at the center. That's how every TD employee helps make our bank the greet you and your dog by your name, open longer when you need us kind of place. Because believing people matter most is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
40-32, it's an 8-point lead for the Independence Patriots, trying to improve to 9-1 in Southwestern Conference play tonight in a raucous environment here at East Mecklenburg High School. Standing room only. Well, these two teams have had some battles over the years, and just an easy deuce for Macharia right out of the timeout off the inbound play. As East Meck draws the contact on the other end. A whistle and a foul. That'll be the first team foul on the Patriots. Each team with one team foul apiece so far as East Meck triggers it in to Braylon Caldwell, who's in now. Nixon Wright surveys the floor, gives it up to Vance Johnson. Nixon Wright. Oh, nice move. Couldn't finish it off the glass. Long pass up the floor to Jesper, who missed the bunny, but the stick back, yes. Daniel Warrante following it up. 12-point lead for Independence. Ian Ramirez-Toro surveying the floor for East Meck. Gets into the paint and gets hacked on the arm, driving in. And eventually knocked to the floor. He's got a pair of free throws coming for the Eagles of East Meck. See how slam-packed this is. People standing wall to wall in here. It's been a good game tonight. And we mentioned this is one of those conferences when you look across the Charlotte Metro where teams just seem to beat up on each other. Sometimes the records are a little bit misleading. East Meck 5-4. They're a much better team than their record indicates, 13-8. And remember, Jordan Buzzard has missed a lot of those games at 6'9". He's out tonight. So East Meck's dealt with some injuries. And this lead is 11 for the Patriots. Caleb Jasper surveys. Jasper on the pull-up jumper. And it missed everything and out of bounds. This will go back to East Meck with 2:32 left to play here in the third quarter. This thing has hovered in that 8 to 12 range for the majority of this third quarter, and late in the second quarter as Braylon Caldwell drives in and gets bumped, slashing, attacking the rack. And Caldwell will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair for East Meck. Well, these are big here. East Meck's left a ton of free throws at the line. And missing long on the first is Caldwell. Second one's up, it rattles through. 44-34. Deficit is 10. Just over 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Caleb Jasper surveys the floor, and a whistle and a hold on Nixon Wright away from the basketball. Second team foul on the Eagles of East Meck. So 3 team fouls on the Patriots, 2 on East Meck here late third quarter. A dangerous pass stolen away by Caldwell. Caldwell to the bucket, was bumped and fouled. And he's going to go to the free throw line for the Eagles of East Meck. And Braylon Caldwell, a kid that not a huge scorer, a junior that has had increased minutes this year, steps up and knocks down the first free throw. And Caldwell brings a prowess defensively, I think, for East Meck. He's had his hands in the passing lanes a couple of times there, picking up a steal that time, and cashes in on both. It's down to single digits here with 1:50 to go, third quarter. Wisdom Whipper Daniel trying to feed it inside. It's a bounce pass underneath, and going up strong is Jackson Neely and drawing the foul. Nearly got it to go, and he'll go to the free throw line. Jackson Neely, as we mentioned, tied for the top scorer on the team at 10.5 points, along with Lusemo Macharia. This is an Independence team that not necessarily a high-scoring team, averaging about 63 points per game. But Preston Davis's group's done a really good job at winning the close games this year, and especially holding teams down. They are a really good defensive team, and we've seen that tonight. Well, Ramirez Toro lost his footing. It's a turnover and then a shuffle of the feet on the other end on Whipper Daniel, and a turnover back to East Meck. So here we go with 90 seconds remaining. East Meck with a basketball, trailing by 9. Can they get over that 8-9 point hump here? The 3 long. Offensive board, back up strong, yes. James McIver down to 7 with 1:14 to play. Huarte trying to drive in. Huarte, tough shot, had it altered. Tapped around, offensive board, Patriots. And they'll reset with 47 seconds left. If you're Preston Davis and Independence, can wind this thing all the way down. Possibly a 7-point lead, play for the last shot. Jasper drives in, tips it out to Burgess for 3, no. Jackson Neely skies in. Who touched it last? East Meck, they say. It'll stay on this end. Baseline out of bounds for Independence. Again, a 7-point lead for Independence. And Preston Davis telling his group, no hurry here. 21 seconds. Contact away from the ball. Officials say play on. Jasper driving baseline, gets bumped, and a whistle and a foul on the Eagles. Seven seconds, Jasper surveys the floor. Neely with 4. Neely on the step back. Neely just long. And Nixon Wright didn't get the heave off in time. The third quarter comes to a close. 45-38. 7-point game. 8 minutes to decide a winner here in the South. 45-38, 7-point ball game, and 8 minutes to decide a winner here in this one. There's a lot at stake for Independence. They've got a one-game lead over Charlotte Catholic. They're 8-1. Catholic at 8-2 on the season. Preston Davis and his group trying to stay, obviously, in sole possession of first place tonight. And I think that the interesting thing is this league, you look at Preston Davis, 17-4. This is also a big game in the 4A West RPI rankings tonight. And really for both of these teams, if East Meck able to pick up a win, they would be 6-4 in conference play on the year. And this would do wonders for their RPI and, of course, playoff chances in a couple of weeks as well. This is one of those conferences that we talked about it. Teams beat up on each other, but a ton of close games. Even with the top teams in this league versus the bottom teams. This is one of those conferences that the conference tournament in a couple of weeks could be really interesting. Mari Hicks with a basketball now for East Meck. Steps back on the long jumper and leaves it short. Rebound cleared by Jasper. Jasper coast to coast, trying to drop it off to Macharia. Pass intercepted by Nixon Wright. Good pass up the floor. Braylon Caldwell counted in the foul. Oh my, the acrobatic finish. And a chance to trim this down to a 4-point game. Take a second look at the replay. Caldwell. This could get interesting. This would be the closest that the East Meck has been since about that midway point of the second quarter. Just 45 seconds into the fourth quarter, 7:12 left to go on the game clock. Pull up Jay. Rims off and sails out of bounds. It'll be East Meck basketball with 7:01 left to play. I tell you what. These two teams tonight have really left it all out on the floor. We talk about Preston Davis and what he means to Patriots basketball when you think that he won a state championship as a player and as a coach. This is a guy that's had some great teams in his coaching tenure at Independence. Slipping, tripping, a turnover, up the floor, Caldwell the way in. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Dylan McFarland calls a play. McFarland surveys. Whipper Daniel with the basketball back out to Macharia. McFarland slicing in and finishing. Dylan McFarland, big time bucket and a timeout. We'll keep it right here at East Mecklenburg High School. Take a second look at the replay. And McFarland with that explosive first step. And all of a sudden things getting interesting here between Independence and East Meck. It is a 4-point game. We talk about this is the second meeting between these two teams on the season. You go back the first time they met, it was at Independence on January the 9th, almost a month ago, and the Patriots won it 69-45. And check out the student section. They are alive and well here in this fourth quarter. We mentioned it. Could East Meck get the crowd back into it when they were trailing 10, 12 points? And all of a sudden, they have made a run early in this fourth quarter. And we talked about what's at stake for these two teams. Independence in sole possession of first place in the conference right now and trying to stay there. Of course, you've got tonight, you've got 2 regular season games next week, these two teams do. It is East Meck basketball. Facing full court pressure, they get it into Johnson. And Braylon Caldwell, a kid that we mentioned doesn't light up the scoring column, has come alive, though, in the fourth quarter. We mentioned in the absence of Jordan Buzzard, who is out with a back injury, some extra guys have stepped up for the Eagles. Vance Johnson drops it inside. Nixon right. Bucket and the foul. Take a second look at the replay. And through contact, Nixon right. And a chance to complete a three-point play right here. And gets the bounce. Off the back of the rim. 1-point game. Dylan McFarland surveys the floor. And East Meck's done a nice job mixing and matching their defenses tonight, throwing different looks at the Patriots. McFarland drops it off, and an easy lay-in for Daniel Huarte. Sweet dish for McFarland, the junior, and back to a three-point lead for the Patriots. Vance Johnson finds a crease. Johnson scored in the foul. Acrobatic kiss off the window. And Johnson with a chance to tie it here. And he's coming out after this free throw. You've got Ian Ramirez-Toro, who is waiting at the table to check in for Vance Johnson. A couple of changes for Preston Davis here with just over 5 minutes left to go. Vance Johnson, one of the senior leaders on this East Meck ball club, can't complete the three-point play. Tapped around, loose on the floor. Nixon Wright dives on it, and then they call it travel. Wow. And it looked as if East Meck was trying to get a timeout, and instead they call a travel, and it's Patriots basketball with 5:02 left to go. East Meck faithful letting them have it in here about that one. Little token pressure by the Eagles as McFarland brings it up the floor for the Patriots. Dylan McFarland's been good in the second half here. Looking for space. And McFarland, quick, shifty guard. Gets a screen from Neely. McFarland falling away, tough shot. Rebound Eagles. Saved back in bounds. Ramirez-Toro kicks it. Caldwell wants the baseline. Caldwell the drop off. Nixon Wright the finish. East Meck has the lead. 50-49. Just over 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. It has been all Eagles on this fourth quarter run. Neely, tough shot, misses long, and rebound Ramirez-Toro. East Meck trying to get a win here on senior night against the top team in the Southwestern Conference right now. Independence at 8-1 in the league. Ramirez-Toro Drops it down low. McIver, he finishes on the doorstep. Timeout, Independence. We'll take it with them with 3:43 to go. Eagles on a massive run and a 3-point lead.
NC Medicaid is for people just like me.
Adults who don't have children.
People who serve.
People who do the heavy lifting.
Child care teachers.
Full healthcare coverage at low or no cost.
Doctor's visits, emergency rooms, and prescriptions.
So if you applied before and didn't get it, apply again.
NC Medicaid covers more people than ever before.
Get full healthcare coverage at low cost, no monthly fees, and $4 max copays. NC Medicaid is for more people. See if you qualify at medicaid.nc.gov.
At TD Bank, we see millions of transactions, but it's the humans behind them that matter most. It's why we're leaders, with guidance and solutions that put people at the center. That's how every TD employee helps make our bank the greet you and your dog by your name, open longer when you need us kind of place. Because believing people matter most is how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
52-49, 3:43 left to play. Get your popcorn ready if you don't already have it here, folks. This one coming down to the wire. Independence won the first meeting on January 9th, 69-45, but it has been a totally different game here tonight. And East Meck with games against Charlotte Catholic and Providence next week. This would be a massive win tonight in the Southwestern Conference play. El Machari, a tough move. He couldn't finish it off the glass. Rebound Eagles. Ramirez Toro gets into the paint. Ramirez Toro gets the finish. Lead up to 5 for the Eagles. Independence really needs a bucket here to stop this drought. Neely can't get it to go. Macharia back up. Can't get the roll, but he's got a couple of free throws. All around the rim and just popped off for Lusemo Macharia. I'll tell you what, Independence and East Meck have left some points at the free throw line tonight. And these right here are massive. As Macharia smooth on the first one. And now a timeout. This to ice the shooter a little bit, if you will. Macharia has been really good all year for Independence, especially at the free throw line. Folks, I want to remind you, next Friday night, we're heading to Monroe. Big rivalry there. Forest Hills and Monroe, our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Streaming live right here on BahakelSports.com, as well as the Facebook, YouTube, and X social media platforms. You can also scan that barcode to watch. We'll have the men's and women's doubleheader, 6 and 7:30 for those two games. That is always fun when those two get together. You talk about two teams over in Union County that are massive rivals. High school hoops all season long right here on BahakelSports.com. Macharia will be at the line to shoot the second of 2 free throws. He made the first one right before the timeout. 1 shot. And this to trim it to 3 right here. And wait a second, a lane violation on Independence. Oh, wait a minute. On East Meck. And now the 2 officials talking things over. Hold on a second. They called a foul in the lane on East Meck. So this is why Independence is going to get it baseline out of bounds. First team foul on East Meck in the 4th. And Macharia backs his way inside and draws the foul. Let's take a second look. They charged the foul to McIver. Officials got a tough job. I don't know about that one. Looked like McIver walled up and stayed vertical. So Macharia back to the free throw line for Independence. And cashes in on the first free throw. This to make it a 2-point game. Off the back of the rim, rebound pulled in by Nixon Wright. 2:42 left to play in the 4th. 3-point lead for East Meck. Mari Hicks between the circles. Hicks, little dribble handoff to Caldwell, who's been big in the second half. Caldwell skips it back out, and a whistle and a foul on Daniel Warate. It'll be a sideline out of bounds for the Eagles. And now we got a quick timeout here with 2:23. And there's a look at those conference standings once again. If you didn't think tonight had implications, and you look at East Meck, okay, tonight and including 2 conference games next week, win tonight gets them to 6-4 with a Butler loss. And then you think if East Meck's able to win their 2 games next week and have some things go their way, they could possibly jump in to the 3 spot entering the conference tournament. And right now, East Meck, of course, one of those teams that is on the bubble of playoff contention, sitting there in that 4th spot here in the conference standings right now, depending on their RPI. And I think it's going to be certainly good enough out of this league. But a win tonight can do a lot in the NCHSAA and their RPI tool that they implemented a couple of years ago. This game tonight, massive not only in the conference standings, but playoff contention for East Meck, who holds a 3-point lead right now with 2:23 left to go in the 4th quarter. And we've got a whistle and a foul off ball. And Daniel Warate shaken up. He's down on the floor. And he's grabbing at that. Well, now he's hopped back up. Appears to be okay. He's going to stay on the floor. A little perspiration timeout. They're going to wipe this up. He was charged with the foul, so That is the 5th team foul on Independence. This should be free throws coming. For the Eagles of East Meck. And Amari Hicks at the line to shoot him. Now Preston Davis is upset about it. Now the officials are going to talk things back over again. And the question is, Preston Davis still giving the officials an earful on the sideline. So Vance Johnson at the line to shoot him, knocks down the first. And checking in is Nick Barnes. He'll come in for the Patriots. Wisdom Whipper Daniel will have a seat for Independence. And Johnson to extend the lead to 5. And it's up and good. 56-51. Independence with the basketball and still an eternity left on the game clock, 2:23. Macharia wants it inside. Little high-low action with Neely. There's a whistle and a foul on the floor. And it comes in against Nixon Wright. Third team foul on the Eagles is Macharia. Nearly got it to go. He's going to head to the free throw line. And Macharia, as we mentioned, has been good at the free throw line all season long for Independence, but tonight, 69% free throw shooter. And this one falls off the side of the rim. Well, these are big right here. Missed them both. Rebound Caldwell and East Mac with 2:05 left to play. Ian Ramirez-Toro with the basketball for the Eagles. Surveying the floor. Working against Wisdom Whipper Daniel. Ramirez-Toro thought he was fouled. No whistle. They say play on. Johnson looked at it. This one deflected. Out of bounds. It'll stay on this end with the Eagles. And here's where things get interesting. No shot clock, obviously, in North Carolina high school basketball. And East Mac a 5-point lead with 1:43 to go in the fourth. And a baseline out of bounds. Dangerous pass. Taken away by Jasper. And he lays it in. And a timeout, Preston Davis with 1:40 to go. Wow. We'll take a second look. How about the steal off the inbound and the lay-in? And now a timeout. We'll keep it right here on BahakelSports.com. So with 1:40 left to play in the ball game, it's a 3-point game. And all of a sudden things got interesting. We mentioned Independence this year in their ability to win games that have been tightly contested. Can they find a way? Is there enough in the tank tonight amongst this deep fourth quarter run by East Meck to come away with a victory? This is big for Independence here. You talk about if you're the top team out of your conference in the regular season, you cannot be jumped in the conference tournament, which would instill that the Patriots would be the top seed in the state playoffs if they can cap the regular season off, as East Meck, struggling to get it in, has to burn another timeout here with 1:38 left to play. And this is a full timeout here as we come down the crunch time of things. It has been back and forth, multiple lead changes, multiple ties tonight. And a haymaker thrown by East Meck to start this fourth quarter. And you look at Independence this year, they've been able to take down Charlotte Catholic. That was an overtime game back on the 28th. Their one loss in conference play came to Butler, 56-44. And that's their lone conference loss right now. And East Meck leading by 3, 56-53. Eagles get it into Vance Johnson, working against Caleb Jasper. Johnson trying to drop it off, was deflected out of bounds. Boy, nearly taken away by the Patriots. Baseline out of bounds. East Meck with a basketball. Nixon Wright trying to drive in. Can't get it to go off the window. And out of bounds, lost out of bounds off the fingertips of Barnes. Wow, you make a stop if you're Independence and you can't corral the rebound. It'll stay on this end with East Meck. Eagles got to take care of the basketball here. Well, Independence not trying to foul just yet, but Preston Davis is going to have a decision to make. Wright gets to the rack and can't finish. Out of bounds. Last touch by Ian Ramirez-Toro. It's a tough spot for both coaches. If you're Preston Davis, you were trailing by 3, decided to try and make a stand and get the ball back or force a turnover, which they did. If you're Jason Buzzard, you could have stalled time, but you don't want to get too conservative there with just a 3-point lead either. To the bucket and the lay-in. Caleb Jasper gets it to go. And a quick timeout. (56-55) with 57.6 ticks remaining. And East Meck with a 1-point lead, trying to get it done on senior night. Your Independence, you want to stay at the top of this conference. So we were talking about the regular season champion out of every conference, or the way the state playoff seeding works is that the regular season champ cannot be jumped if they're unable to win the conference tournament as well. So they would still get the number 1 seed out of the league in the state playoffs. And everyone else is fair game when it comes to the conference tournament. You can jump a spot if you're able to win the conference tournament. And a whistle and a push-off on East Meck. Oh my goodness, with 56.8 seconds left. It is Patriots basketball, baseline out of bounds, trailing by 1. They get this one in to Nick Barnes. Caleb Jasper slices in, picks up his dribble. Macharia faces up, 46 seconds. Jasper on the turnaround, tough shot, just off the side of the rim. Rebound Eagles, and tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with East Meck, 37.4 seconds left. Both teams over the limit in terms of team fouls, 5 apiece. In the automatic double bonus here in the final 37 seconds. Kendall Lewis here with you on BahakelSports.com. Our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week presented by TD Bank. And Jasper raked it away from Ian Ramirez-Toro. It'll stay with the Eagles. Get it back into Ian Ramirez-Toro, hounded by Jasper. He brings it across the timeline with 26. Picks up his dribble, and Jason Buzzard wants a timeout. Didn't like what he saw there with 20 seconds. We'll keep it right here as well on BahakelSports.com. There's a look at those conference standings. Yet again, you see Independence trying to stay at the top of this league at 8-1 in the conference right now. Drop a game here tonight would fall to 8-2, which is where Charlotte Catholic is. If they win, would come down to next week as far as the number 1 seed in the conference tournament. We mentioned Patriots have been so good all year long. 17-4 on the year is Preston Davis's crew. 56-55. This one's been as good as advertised here at East Mecklenburg High School tonight. Independence had a 12-point lead at one point with about 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, and East Meck threw a haymaker early in the fourth to retake the lead. And trying to get out of here with a win on senior night, leading 56-55. Braylon Caldwell will inbound for East Meck. This is a tricky spot to try and inbound right beside your bench. Caldwell gets it into Hicks, and there's a whistle and a foul. Well, this is going to send Amari Hicks, team's leading scorer, to the free throw line for East Meck. And Hicks on the season at the free throw line is 76% as he cashes in on the first. Everyone's starting to get up on their feet here. 19.1 ticks exactly remaining. This to make it a 3-point lead. And knocks them both down. 58-55. Caleb Jasper with the rock for Independence. Jasper with 8 seconds. Jasper gonna have to put it up, 6 seconds. Jasper on the step back. Can't knock it down. Tapped around. Rebound Eagles. And East Meck wins it on senior night. And they're storming the floor here at East Meck High School. The Eagles, from 12 down late in the third quarter, come all the way back to take down the top team in the Southwestern 4A Conference. 58-55, final score on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week presented by TD Bank. We'll be back to recap it for Kendall Lewis, Brady Pugh, the rest of our Bahakel Sports production crew. We say so long from Charlotte, North Carolina.